Didn't get traded! Hey everyone, and welcome to Penguins Off-Season Episode 4. It took a little bit longer after free agency. I broke my foot and had other things going on, so he needed to, give me a few days, because crutches hurt. Phil Kessel! Screw Canada Day, it's now called Phil Kessel Day forever. I have to give props to Jim Rutherford. And it pains me to say that. He was easy to hate, and he was the vocal point of our team of just like, dude, this is all your fault. Turns out it's probably not when you think about it rationally. He came into the season last year and had to make a few gut calls, not really knowing what he had, and then admitted that he made the wrong decisions to break trade and moved on with it. But I think he's well and truly made up for it with this bullshit deal that he managed with Toronto. How we have not had to give up Marta or Pouliot for one of the best goal scorers in the game is beyond reasoning. They also retain salary, so now Ryan O'Reilly makes more than Phil Kessel. Let that one just let that sink in. I'll run through what we've given up and where they sort of are in their careers, and then we can kind of elaborate at the end of whether it's a good trade or not. So we give up Kari Kapanen. Kari Kapanen was doing really well with the East-West game, but when it came to the South-North game, or North-South for those of you who want to say it correctly, he didn't drive to the net. And now, not saying that he won't pick up these skills because it's a newer kind of thing that he's picked up, and he's only played a handful of AHL games, so not knowing whether he'll turn out to be that driving winger that can make it, as a second line or a first line winger. But to be honest, we're not sure where he's at. Unless he deliberately fixes that part of his game, he's not going to play in the NHL very long. So, you know what? Kind of worth a 35-plus goal scorer when their center is Tyler Bozak. I don't know if you remember, but Evgeny Malkin and Sidney Crosby are slightly better than Tyler Bozak. Just a smidgen. There's nothing better than coffee served in a Pittsburgh Penguins mug. This has no relevance to the video. Just wanted to drink it. Then we move on to Scott Harrington. Now, he's pretty good. I think he'll actually turn out to be a top 4 defenseman. However, I would rather move him than Oli Marta because, let's face it, I love Oli Marta, or Derek Pouliot, because now I can go out and buy a Derek Pouliot jersey. Yay! I kind of think Marta and Pouliot are now the solution to our future, and maybe Chris Letang might be the odd man out a few years forward because we've mortgaged our future now. This trade here mortgaged our future, so now Chris Letang or Evgeny Malkin in 3 or 4 years will probably get traded to fix those problems. We also give up a first overall pick, which is lottery safe. So what that means is if we don't make the playoffs this year, which, God, that would be a horrendous 82 games of videos that I need to make that we don't make the playoffs. If we don't make the playoffs, they don't get the pick. They get it next year. And if we don't make the playoffs the year after as well, they don't get the pick. They get a second overall pick in 2017. Woo! That was a mouthful. So yeah, so Phil Kessel is on our team, which is just mental. We also get Biggs and that Eriksson guy, but they're not really going to be anything, to be honest. They were contracts. They were contracts to make up for Kapanen and Harrington going that way, and then we needed you going that way. Yeah, you guys get it. Go that way, and then that way. Otherwise, I think it's a brilliant move, and for what we got to what we've given up, a lot of people are a bit shocked, and I'm applauding Jim Rutherford. And I think Jim Rutherford needs all the props for this, because he could have blown this thing up. He could have had a knee-jerk reaction, because he got a lot of hate, he got a lot of pressure from management, he got just pretty much everything thrown at him to say, you need to get this team to where they can win a Stanley Cup. You're not going to have an Evgeny Malkin or a Sidney Crosby at this team again. You don't want to be the general manager to fuck this up and not give them a chance. Another thing Phil Kessel is fantastic at is that he doesn't miss games. Penguins fans rejoice because we seem to be the team that is just plagued by injuries. Crosby, Malkin, Letang, whatever the fuck happened to Ehrhoff every single game that he came back from injury last year. Thank God he's not back. I couldn't make another Ehrhoff's is injured video. And yeah, I think it's a brilliant trade. 35 plus goals with Tyler Bozak. I think he's going to have ridiculous numbers. He's also working out with Gary Roberts this offseason. So this whole like, hey, you're fat, well, it's probably going to be a bit of a bit of a side joke, because if you're working out with Gary Roberts, that's not gonna slide you. You going out and getting hot dogs and things like that. One thing I did want to address is the whole Toronto media saying, yeah, he was fat and he was lazy and he was horrible in the dressing room and blah, 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 blah. You signed him to an 8-year, $56 million deal. You didn't have to do that, and you kept him around for 7 years. I don't think he was that bad. I just think that now you're in a rebuild phase and you kind of need someone else. But I kind of think it's best of both worlds, besides the fact that you got ripped off in the trade. Phil Kessel is now going to be working out with the same guy as Sidney Crosby or as Stamkos and players like that. This is... Gary Roberts, you don't understand. Go watch. I'll try link a video of Gary Roberts in the description of what he makes people do, and it is mental. Like, I'd love that. I'm quite a fit guy. I'm not like massive or anything like that, but I'm quite fit. And I look at his regimes and I'm just like, holy shit. That's nope. I've been having none of that. Thank you very much. I would like this hamburger. We also signed Eric Cole. Coltrane on the board! Coltrane's here! Get out of Coltrane's way. To a 3-year, $2.1 million deal for every year, so it's like $6.3 million if my math is correct. I'm really happy with this signing. I like what I saw at the end of his season last year, and if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. He's still, you know, he can somewhat go as a bottom 6 guy, but I kind of think he'll be playing minutes with one Derek Pouliot, and we'll have Pouliot and Cole as our 3 and 4. Maybe not this season, maybe the season after, but I kind of think they'll be ready this season to at least give it a good crack and see how it goes. Most of our other signings were pretty minor and just really depth signings when we have a boatload of injuries and to fill out our AHL team. A few of our AHL scorers got re-signed, which is nice that we're not losing that sort of depth, because it might be able to come up and snap a few goals. Now with Kessel, how does our team look right now? See, we didn't move Kunitz, we didn't move Scuderi. Fucking another 82 games of Scuderi. I can't. That's depressing. However, we also signed Plotkinov. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. Russians say things weird and differently to what us English people do. And they just put V's in front of Z's and stuff like that. So it's a 1-year deal at $900,000, and I really think that after, this guy might get off to a slow start just because of the smaller ice and the driving to the net, but I really think this kid will work out big time, like second line big time, like second line player, like second line scoring forward quality, maybe even first line. It depends. The problem is with Pittsburgh is, do we really have a second and first line? Probably not. It's just whoever works better with Crosby and whoever works better with Malkin. It's really just a Crosby and Malkin line, and then it's like, oh, there's that Sutter kid still over there, who also might get traded, by the way, so just don't go out and buying Sutter jerseys in the next few months. So our team with Plotkinov does look pretty good. We've got Kessel, Plotkinov, Hornquist. Oh my lord, do you win Stanley Cup games with having players like Hornquist? Padon, maybe score a goal at some point, bud. That would be great. I'm actually hoping Perron has like a Neil year, where, you know, remember when Neil first came to our team and he did fuck all, and then the next season he kind of snapped in a few. Obviously he's not going to get 40 goals like Neil did, but you know, if he can get a good 25-30, I'd be stoked with that. Then you've got Kunitz and Dupuis, who are still at our team. Dupuis is looking healthy and fit. Kunitz, I'm hoping that we'll have a bit more of a rebound year, but at least he's not playing with Crosby anymore. He'll be playing on a third line, and all of a sudden, our third line doesn't look too bad when it's Dupuis, Kunitz, and Sutter. The thing that we can all rejoice with the draft and free agency, the sum up of next season, the thing that you know how you get that little glint in your eye, that glint of hope. We haven't signed Craig Adams. This is gonna be a Craig Adamless season, everyone. This is it! We finally did it! We finally did it! And if you already have hit that sub button, well, tell a friend and make him hit the sub button, or do something. Do something productive for me. It all burned down to me. Anyway, thanks heaps guys, see you and bye. Oh, and those of you playing at home, I'll also have a channel update coming up tomorrow, and that will explain everything that's going forward, because obviously we're in the preseason and NHL 16 doesn't come out for like 2 months. So we may be a bit scarce, but we'll run through that then. Alright, thanks, bye!